My name's Charles Landry. I set up a company about 30 years ago called Comedia, which focuses now on what are the future of cities and places and so on. And we do that from what we call a cultural perspective. So I'm not an architect, I'm not a planner, but I do think about cities a lot from a cultural perspective. I mean, what's the essence of a place? Where has it come from? Where could it go? I think a creative city is a place that provides the conditions where people can think, plan, and act with imagination, where you can find original solutions, imaginative solutions to any sort of problem that arises, be it homelessness to setting up a new business. But it also is grasping opportunities in an interesting way. It starts in two ways. In a sense, it's, is it top down or bottom up is one of the underlying questions about what unleashes the energy of a creative city. I think both of these need to happen at the same time. And what you usually find in a creative city is that there's a group of people with ideas, and often they are artists and so on, but they could be completely different sort of people who are challenging the status quo. They're trying to create an opportunity or solve a problem or whatever. And in a creative place, there's a response from those authorities that are regulating things, and they adjust their incentives and regulations in order to enable things to happen. Today, I think the major task of creativity is to break down the silos between disciplines and to see things laterally across them. Within a need, what am I projecting? Am I projecting beauty? Am I projecting aesthetic things? Am I projecting things that make me have a sense of yearning, want more, and all of that? Now, in fact, people always wanted those things, but were satisfied with that basic, hardcore, functional thing. Desire is really trying to say, what do I really want? What's deep in my gut? I don't want to talk about soul, but certainly the soul and the spirit, all of these things. I mean, human beings are much richer entities. And what's happened, unfortunately, in city making is people have felt more comfortable to just find things as needs. And I've noticed that people are increasingly imprisoned in an ever narrower landscape of experience. And at the same time, the commercial world shouts more in order to wake you up. And what people have been frightened of is the emotional, the psychological life, or the emotional impact, or their emotions and their desires. And so what I'm really trying to do in my own work is shift people to accept the emotional,